Good. I didn't mean to make you wait for so long. I have to make sure that the generator noise is not, much more than the recording can keep under control. So let's jump into it straight. Macros. What are macros? What can they do for you? Macros are just like codes that just input and it gets stuff done on your behalf. Let me use a simple one. When you want to highlight something, make it, let's say, bold on WhatsApp. In the beginning of the text that you want to make bold, you put a star, and at the end you put a star. So it's as if you are coding it. By the time you send such, it will come out bold on the other end and also on your screen. So there are simple codes like that we can use to get things done. So this text is from this particular document you can see on my screen is from Paul Beverly. Paul Beverly is one of, I think, let me say, the forerunners of using macros in editing, and today we can see much more progress in terms of Grammarly, Perfectit, and other applications for editing your work. So macros work on the Microsoft Word environment. So what you do is let's check it out. Okay, this is something this is a document I once distilled as a blog post from my own understanding of everything I've read about macros. I was trying to teach people how to create their own macros, how to record it themselves so they can use it, because a lot of times I found that as a proofreader, I find that your clients will actually dictate the kind of task that you do from time to time, or should I say a lot. So while I might have maybe a lot of task A, you might have a lot of task B and all of that. So you can actually create macros for yourself to help you make your task be easier to run through. So let's use this is a document I'm working on. It's a fiction project I've kind of abandoned. We will use it for our sampling of the macros. So macros usually are under the View tab. So when you look at it, at the extreme right of the list, you see macros. So you remember what I said about your tasks determining what you need. There are lots of macros. I have a list that has at least 100, but currently I've toned down to 2. On this particular computer, I only use 2. See? Spelling error lister, 2 difficult word highlighter. Spelling error lister helps me make sure that I don't miss, all those words that can hide in plain sight and all of that. I don't miss anything. And then the 2 difficult word highlighter, when I'm working on documents for younger people or for people that are not supposed to read difficult levels, let me put it that way, I use this highlighter to help me rewrite such sentences. So let's see. While I was typing this document, I did a lot of voice typing on Google Docs when I was typing this particular text. So we are going to run the spelling error lister so that we'll see. It's going to ask me, do I want US spelling? I would say okay, because this actually means at some point in time my document has indicated a preference for US English. So let's just go on. Yes. And so you see that it keeps rolling. Please look at this place, generating errors list, to your checking main text, and you see the to go, you see the percentage. It has a lot to handle for now, so you have to wait. So we have to wait. A lot of times it's better to just leave the computer as it is, so that it doesn't get stuck. But sometimes also I just go somewhere else. Maybe if I have a PDF document to work on, I go there, but I make sure I never come to my Microsoft Word environment until my macro is done. For this particular document, it's fast. You can see we're already at 25%. So it's just we're just going to wait and see how it works. I've never attempted creating any macro by myself before, because I found a comprehensive list online, and it has always served my purposes. There's nothing I needed that I did not see on the list, so I've never created one myself. But I think I can create if I want. Okay, so our macro is done. You can see it here. It goes to the very end of the document and brings out your list. Okay, if it's highlighting, then you have to look through page by page. You will see whatever it is that you asked it to highlight. You see it highlighted. So I asked for a list of spelling errors, so it will go to the end of the document and produce my list there. Let's look through. See, abaya, abeg, abi, ha, aluminium. This isn't the US spelling, in case you are wondering. Can you see? There's US spelling, there's UK spelling. So Anambra, my Anambra is probably because I did not use capital A for it. So I don't know what I was doing here. Probably also rock or whatever. Badagry, behavior. This behavior you can see is UK spelling, but when I was going to start running the macro, I told it to run US spelling. So it's going to also show me all UK spellings that are in the document. Look at this spelling of believe. If I'm not careful, if I'm just proofreading all by myself, this EI that it might escape my notice. This is these small things that actually made people start looking for tools, you know, that work more efficiently than a human being can ever work. So now this is out. Bestie is not a formal English. Breaky, maybe breakfast. I probably had a young person making a conversation here. You see caliber, this is a UK spelling. This is probably two words that I've joined together. Can claim, it will bring it out. You know, look at another UK spelling. What is a confuser? I don't know. But you know, this just shows me. Look at couldn't. Look at where my apostrophe is. And you know, you just see all these things, and it helps you work more efficiently. It reduces, you know, your error rate yourself. It reduces the chances that your clients will not be pleased with what you have done. And you know, look at what is evident. Is evidence? Is it evident? And you know, when someone is reading and all of these things, you know, look at this. This probably, I was trying to spell friend here. See what I ended up with. Because I was probably speeding through or something. So this is something that needs spacing too. So what I do when I have this list, okay, what I do is I highlight, then I control find. Once I say control find this, Microsoft Word will give me all the instances that has that particular mistake. You see, even when it's not the same word, I said control find honor because I want to change from UK English to US English. Now I have honorable, honorable, honor, honored, honorable. So all the instances that has that spelling in it, it will come out, and then you can change it. Look at interjected. What's that D doing there? So I just say control find. So if you control find, I go there and I correct my mistake, and we are fine. Look at that friend mistake here. You know, we correct it. Look at another one, Corinthians. Please don't laugh at my document. I told you it's been abandoned. Okay, so to move straight back to my list, you know, without having to scroll and scroll, you know, all I have to do is click enter again. It will bring out the only remaining instance, which is my macros produced list. It's the only remaining instance of that word because I've corrected the error in the text. So what I do is I do all of this, I do all of this, I do all of this, and when I'm done, I just, you know, I highlight all the lists it's produced, that the macro produced. I highlight it and I delete it. Once you backspace, that's all, it's gone. And that is what macros are all about. So for beginners, I think it's just best for you to get a standard list of macros from well-known people who won't, you know, mislead you. They are not just trying it out, they are used to creating it, and you know, it won't give you any mistake when you're installing. And so this is a link. I can drop these documents in the group, but this website doesn't exist anymore. I changed my website and all of that. I had issues with my site then. I now use BMS editors, not BMS editorial. So no, I'll probably send you another list if you want. Oh, there's something in our Facebook group that is about macros, and you can just copy standard macros from them so that you don't try to do things and then end up damaging your Microsoft Word environment. So that's that about macros. Thank you very much for watching this.